Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Kev from 21 Sat Street, and today I just want to talk about what is Bitcoin. Right off the bat, right there, that is a loaded question, even for somebody myself, because there's just so many ways that you can describe or talk about Bitcoin. I think I shared from my last video, like, when I first came across Bitcoin, I thought it was just something that's just going to make me rich quick gains, and call it a day. And then from there, I saw it as an asset where I can like allocate capital to and protect my money from inflation and preserve it. And also, but nowadays I see it as for what it is, based on what was written in the white paper by Satoshi Nakamoto, which is peer-to-peer network system where you're just where you're sending money, which it's money for goods and services. And I see, it's it's a store of value. It's a savings technology as well, because when you put your dollars or whatever currency into Bitcoin, you're preserving those dollars that you worked hard for today, so you can reap and enjoy the fruits of your labor for tomorrow. Compared if you were to put it into, let's say, just a traditional savings account. If you were to put it in a traditional savings account, um, you're probably earning to little to no interest in that savings account, and in the process, it's being eaten away by inflation as well. So whatever you have in savings is probably not worth much as it was, 2, 5, 10 years ago to today, compared to today. And which, it's sad, it's messed up, but we've just been so accustomed to the system since 1971 that we just think it's normal, and we just have to deal with it because nobody's going to come and save us and change the system. And that's where people started putting money into like things like gold and silver, stocks, real estate, or any other alternative assets that are out there as well. And I'm here, and I think we can revisit this. I'll probably do like an updated video or something like that about like how to define Bitcoin, because there's so many ways to define it. You can call it digital real estate. Michael Saylor calls it the apex, asset of the century, or you can call it, sound money. And I think it's all of those things. I think just how like Elon Musk rebranded Twitter to X, saying that he wants to make this like the everything app. I think Bitcoin is the everything money, or the everything asset, where it extracts all the positive features of all these different asset classes, and you just put it into one. Like the dollar, like precious metals like gold and silver, like stocks, and like real estate. And you just put into one digital currency backed by computing energy. And I think that's where we're heading to next, in terms of the next monetary phase or the next monetary system, is where we no longer have our money tied to credit and debt, and that we need to use it today because it's going to be worthless tomorrow, is where our money's going to be based on energy, and how we preserve that energy and how we capture it to preserve it. And I remember talking about this with a friend of mine. I also remember even George from 88 Sats Radio talking about that it's a battery. It's a battery that doesn't leak, and that you don't need to maintain it compared to all the other asset classes as well. And just to keep it short, like, yeah, that's really what it is in a nutshell. Maybe it doesn't answer it doesn't answer that question. What is Bitcoin? Because again, there's so many ways you can go about it. I mean, I can even give you the standard answer where it's like, well, standard, which is a digital currency that's has a cap supply of 21 million. Anybody can participate in the network, whether by running a Bitcoin node or a miner, and even just simple as buying and holding Bitcoin as well. And there's no third party entity that has control or any influence on the network except for those who participate in the network itself. That's just the standard answer. Well, the standard answer. Like I said, you can do a whole deep dive on like what is Bitcoin. Like I said, like I'll probably revisit this topic again, have a better explanation, a better answer, and I'll probably even think about like doing like a mini series on the history of money and what is money and all that kind of stuff, because there's a lot that also goes into it as well. But I also think that it's the ultimate bearer asset, especially if you're holding it in cold storage. If you're holding it on the exchange, then, I mean, unless you're just starting off, then it's fine. But you might want to get to a cold or hardware device and put it on there rather than keep it on the exchange or keep it on a hot wallet as well. But anyways, I think that's the topic for another time. But yeah, that's basically my explanation of what Bitcoin is. Like I said, maybe it's not much of an explanation, not much help. I'll probably revisit this and we can definitely do more deep dives into this, because there's just there's a lot to unpack there. But anyways, thank you guys for listening, and we'll talk next time. Peace.